Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the 4-month Valorant progression video, and over the past few months, as anyone who's been watching will know, I've been focusing mainly on mechanics and more lately game sense, and this journey has been about putting in the work, learning from my mistakes, and seeing where I can end up with some consistent effort. Bearing in mind that I only started doing this playing FPS games 4 months ago when I started Valorant, and with that said, I just want to set the expectations right away. This isn't a story about rapid ranking or getting flashy results. I really want this to be about that steady, authentic progress, because I realize that improvement isn't always going to be linear, and that rank doesn't necessarily reflect your improvements. The reason I say this is I've seen other creators feel like a lot of pressure to rank up because of their audience sort of expectations, or what they think the audience expectations are. And I definitely get that because I've felt that too. So I just wanted to sort of say up front that that's not what I want this to be about. I want this channel to be kind of relaxed, where I don't worry about whether I'm not or I am ranking up. I want it to be honest, and I just want it to be focusing on my growth at my own speed, not just like ranking up. So it may be slow, probably will be, but it's going to be at least real, and it's going to be authentic, and I hope that this video inspires anyone else out there who might be focusing on their progression to just get in and do it. But anyway, this is the progression over the last 4 months. Alright, so in terms of improving on my mechanical aim, I've really been focusing on death matches a lot of the time. I find like death matches are really good because they both help you improve your aim that you've been doing like the practice range and aim training. It also sort of puts you into a real situation where you're having to shoot at people. And like at first I was like really just, I don't know, you freak out when someone starts firing at you, you're not used to it, and you kind of panic. But the more and more death matches I do, the less I panic and the more you stay calm, which I think what for me was like the biggest hurdle to overcome. And I've definitely seen progression in the death matches. When I first started doing death matches, you can actually work out the average rank of your lobby by looking at the Valorant tracker. And in my first death matches, I was pretty much fighting iron and bronze. And these days, I am being stuck in pretty much consistent with the platinum and diamond lobbies, which is definitely an upgrade for sure. So I know that I'm improving in my death matches, so my ability to kind of get raw kills. Okay, other than death matches, I've been doing a lot of, to improve my mechanical skills, I've been doing a lot of practice range, and I've been doing a lot of aim training. This week, I've been doing 1 hour of aim training, and I've been doing 1 hour of practice range where I shoot hard and medium bots, so I shoot static targets, and I do some strafing drills. So yeah, so I've been doing aim training and I've been doing practice range, an hour of each, and then I do 10 death matches. That's what I've been doing this week. All that mechanical training has definitely paid off. When I played 2 agents, mainly Jet and Omen, and Omen hasn't seen, in the amount of positive KD matches I had this month compared to last, Omen stayed the same at basically 24 to 25%. I know that's not that great. But on Jet, which I find I focus, because she's more of a simple agent in terms of executes and stuff, I can focus more on my mechanical skills with her. And I noticed that in December, my positive KD matches went from 24% to 37.5% in December. So that's like a big increase. And I've noticed the kill to death ratio increasing on Jet as well, but it has not been increasing on Omen. So definitely the mechanical training has paid off and helped me out there. So despite Jet having like seeing these improvements in her mechanical skill and getting the higher KDs and the kills, this didn't translate into wins, with her win rate and the RR gain per match being pretty consistent between November and December. In contrast, Omen's win rate went from 40%, I think it was actually lower, like 38%, to 75% in December, and his RR gain per match was like -5 in November, and then increased to like positive like 8 per match in December. And so it's like, even though Omen, I've noticed this before, and I've said it to my duo partner a lot. I've said, even though he's not like getting the kills like I do on Jet, I'd be like, I swear to God, he's helping win the matches, because, you know, with well-placed smokes, you can really just influence, you can influence the results, not just by your own actions, but also if some people are doing stupid things, you can kind of put smokes in place to prevent stupid things from happening. For example, if they're pushing mid on Sunset, you want to make sure you put a smoke at the top of it so people can't just shoot them, you know, as they walk through. So things like that, I feel like Omen has a lot of control over the match, and that's what seems to have reflected in the results. Now, I've also not just been working on my mechanical training, I've also been doing game sense training. So one of the things that you can see here is I'll go into a custom server, like this is a bind on attack, and I'll just practice entering onto the site and doing certain executes. And it just means that when you get into the situation where you need to go in, you kind of know what you need to do. It's like second nature. You're not really having to think about it. So I just go in and practice my executes to try to pull them off and get it right. You know what I mean? And I'll often have multiple executes per site, so I just go through and practice them all.
Here. Lock in sight. Lock in sight.
You can also practice on defense, or you can practice retakes. And I get all this from the playbook. I've created a playbook for Jet on Bind, and at the moment I'm working for Jet on Sunset. I plan to do the Omen ones later, and I've been using a lot of the information from Sharpen. And I have these playbooks that I've been using. I also do VOD reviews, and I've been like tracking my own data, bring you the stats that you get in these videos, and like a whole bunch of other stuff to help me with my game sense. So I had a match the other day, which I thought, I'm not going to show it to you all, I'm just going to show you some highlights, because I thought it was pretty good in that it shows how the mechanical training has really helped me get kills, but it also shows how the game sense training has really helped me know what to do in a match. And I think in this situation, it basically was a strong impact on us winning the match, because I came up with a good strat. So I just wanted to kind of go over that. So here I've been practicing I haven't been doing practicing, but I've been doing my playbook on Sunset. So I've sort of got semi-ideas of what to do. So I pull off this really good execute, and I end up getting the kill. So I'm kind of on site and waiting for them to get on, to help me, but they all end up getting wiped. And we lose the round. But that just shows, you know, my executes are getting better. So in the second round, obviously, we don't have the money because we lost, so I chose to use a Bucky and go for those short range kills. Now at the moment we're pushing into B altogether, which isn't working because this is the second time now. I have to do a little smoke to steal that. I do a bad dash away, but I do get away, you know, try to get the bomb back. But it's not really working for us pushing B as one group, so I just call for the move over to the other side. So I move over to the other side, and then I do the plant out in the open so that we can easily defend it. And then I duck behind, I mean, what do you call it, those little boxes here, because I know now, like, no matter where they are, I'm going to be within sort of close enough range, going to be able to blow their head off with the Bucky. So yeah, and then I'll just let this play out.
Remaining.
Run. Just pushed into that.
So now it's now we've got the full buy, so I've got my Vandal, and because we haven't been able to get B through a full push, I tell some of them to go B, and then I tell them all to go B, and then I come mid to try to pick them up. They end up following me, of course, but we still put heaps of pressure on them. You can sort of see mechanically too, like I'm just so much more confident moving around. My placement of the crosshair is better. When I get into gunfights, I'm kind of like winning way more than I used to. So you can see that mechanical training and the deathmatch is definitely kicking in. So I tell them go push B and I'll keep going mid to get picks off. because obviously it's putting pressure on them, and I'm getting kills, and it's helping us secure the plant because they're having to worry about multiple angles.
Nice one, Dizzy. Rush is ready.
One enemy remaining.
So we lose the next 3 rounds in a row because in one of them we go A, the second one we full push B, and then in the third one we go A. And so after that I'm like, guys, the only strat that's working is when me and maybe someone else push mid and you guys go B, and let's just keep doing that because they don't know how to handle the pressure from both sides. And I know that's because I've been doing my homework, and I know that you want mid control on Sunset, and so that's what we do.
Got him.
One enemy
Enemy
remaining.
kill.
Spike sticking. Thanks, little man. Mosh pit.
Cálmate, Hatch.
Blocking sight.
And you?
See ya.
Reload. One enemy remaining.
My turn.
Thanks, Wings.
One enemy remaining.
Back like I never left.
Blocking sight.
Cutting their vision.
So once again, I don't know why, but everyone decides to go A, even though we've been super successful in B. But yeah, I mean, this is where the death matches and the mechanical training come in because, you know, I'm still able to take on those gunfights more successfully now too. So I feel like a balanced approach is definitely the way to go. I feel like the game sense is helping me direct matches to better wins, and also just to know where to go when I'm on site. And then the mechanics is helping me secure those wins by being able to kill people.
Yeah, close.
Stay down. Fine. Would've sucked.
So once again, I'm like, guys, push bloody B, and I'll go mid. So I go mid because even if I'm in mid and I don't even end up doing anything, I'm still applying that pressure where they have to guard like 2 entrances. So even just the pressure of me being there is enough to kind of put them off. They can't all just stack that one doorway and B and block us from getting in and kill us like they have every other time.
One enemy remaining.
Anyway, we end up winning the match. I'm not going to show any more. That was kind of like the critical period where we were kind of losing and struggling. And I just knew that with Sunset, you want to keep mid control from watching the charlatan videos. And so I kind of started saying, hey, we should push mid, and then it was working. So that's why I just kept pushing for. And it was like a nice video where it shows having that game sense helps. I felt like really has strongly helped us win the match. But also with the mechanical aiming that I'm getting from the death matches, it's helping me aim better, react better, stay calmer in fights. So when I am doing that stuff like pushing mid, I can be a lot more confident in my skills to do it. So I think it just really highlights like why training the mechanical skills and also the game sense is both like really, really important. So I really liked this example. But yeah, so that was kind of it.
It's coming to me, baby.
Oh, was that important?
Alright everyone, so let's wrap this up. I think the key kind of lessons that I've learned in the last 4 months is that mechanical improvement definitely takes time, and especially consistency. Consistency is probably more important than the time. And I think also training your game sense definitely pays off, just in helping you know what you need to do when you're in the game, where to look, but also just helping towards team-oriented success. But you really need both of them. I think a balanced approach is definitely the way to go. I'd say I'm slightly more focusing on mechanics right now, but I think I've got a good balance for me. And also just what I said at the start, like setbacks and deranking are just like a part of the process. And I just think for me, it's really important just to accept, like, I am where I am. If I never rank up, I never rank up. I still feel like I'm improving and progressing, so I don't really care. Whatever happens in the rank happens in the rank. Like, I just, you know, want to be honest with you guys and clear and just be like, this is where I'm at and this is how I'm doing, and it is what it is. So let me know what you think about that attitude. Do you think it's a good one, or do you think I should get more focused on ranking up? And let me know about how you do your training and game sense and mechanics and all that kind of stuff. But until next week, I will see you all later. Thanks, everyone.